Good morning. How are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing all right. Today I have Dr. Beth Kiester with me. Do you want to take a minute and introduce yourself?
Sure. My name, like Karen said, I'm Beth Kiester. I'm a professor in the sociology department. I teach some of our core courses like statistics and research methods. I also teach specialized courses in family studies that look at the family, or even globally looking at immigration and transnational families. And I also teach an FYS on the Star Wars, the sociology of Star Wars.
That is amazing. I wish I could take that class. So one of the cool things about Albright is we have these interdisciplinary programs, and I know you're involved in quite a few of them. Would you mind talking about them for us?
Sure. So in sociology, we touch on a lot of, and we host a lot of different interdisciplinary majors. So one of the great things about Albright is you can co-major. You can take half a major of one and half a major of another and squish it together. Sociology frequently partners with psychology or sometimes biology, or even accounting. And that works really well for some students to kind of pick two halves and squish them together. An interdisciplinary program is similar, except we've already squished it together for you because of the way that the classes complement or make sense together. So some of the interdisciplinary programs housed in sociology include crime and justice, which is a combination of sociology, psychology, and some political science. So all of those, we've got classes pre-picked in those different areas. We have another one that's child and family studies, and it squishes together sociology and psychology, but classes that all really pertain to families and child development. We've got environmental studies, which is part sociology, part a little bit of anthropology, as well as also some biology. So there's a more of a natural science component to that program. And then lastly, and perhaps one of the most interdisciplinary majors at Albright, is the urban affairs. And it has classes from sociology, political science, history, and philosophy. So it's just got a whole host of different classes, again, that all really focus around those urban city issues that we've sort of pre-built for students and interested in that type of career.
Great. Now, I know one of the things about sociology is you have this general track, and then it's easy to switch into a more specialized track if you decide. Does that also carry over into the IDS or interdisciplinary?
It can. There's definitely some core classes you'll find in any of these particular tracks. The intro to Soc, a methods and a statistics are going to be part of that, and some sort of senior seminar. There's also going to be, so there's definitely some room for overlap there. I know the crime and justice and the urban affairs have a couple of classes that they share, as does the environmental studies and urban affairs. Crime and justice and child and family also have some pertaining to things like domestic violence and juvenile delinquency. Those types of classes you would find in both of those as well. So there's definitely room to work in either way, right? So if you were to come in as just criminology, which is just a sociology major, but really find that you've also really want the psychology or the political science, we can bump you up into that crime and justice interdisciplinary major. And vice versa. If you come in as crime and justice and you go, you know what, I don't like the political science part, then perhaps we just make you a co-major with the psych and the soc, the psych and the crim. Or again, maybe you come in crime and justice and you're like, I don't really like the soc classes. Then we bump up the political science and the psychology as co-majors. So really, as long as you're taking, you're following your advisor's advice and you're starting with all the foundational courses, you're going to continue to make progress towards graduation without without getting slowed down in any way. And so even as late as the end of your sophomore year or the beginning of your junior year, we can still keep you on track to graduate on time, even if you are making decisions to switch between some of the different tracks or the different interdisciplinary programs.
Very cool. So it is really personalized to what a student wants to pursue.
It is, and I don't want to make the interdisciplinary programs sound completely prescribed. They're
Right.
not. We haven't told you exactly, you will take these, 15 classes. It's you will take these 5 classes, and here are some choices in these other boxes. So there's definitely lots of room to personalize and be flexible. We've just helped narrow down what goes into the boxes to tell the same story, right? So that it's all about urban affairs and urban planning, and that particular component. So there's definitely still flexibility and choice within the interdisciplinaries. We've just helped kind of narrow down some of the selections.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.